is an overdue van life update. So, as you can see, I finished fully insulating it. We used like polyiso on the floor because it was just so much easier for the thin slit, and then I had leftover thin slit to make these lovely handmade window covers. And so the fabric for all the window covers, it was $13 for however much vinyl I got, which is the waterproof side for condensation on the windows, and then just cheap black fabric on the other side, which was also $13 actually. And then I just learned how to sew when I had acrylic nails on, and that was really hard, but you know, if I can sew with those bad boys on, I'm convinced I can just sew now. I don't know. And I had to do some hand stitching on the ends. I had to cut and measure everything. And then I put these like little magnets on the outside, and I'm gonna stitch in little magnets. Yeah, so they're the real deal. Anyway, back to the important part. As you can see, all the walls are up. They're nailed, or they're drilled in with self-tapping screws, and the floor as well. And in between everything, there is liquid nails glue, like at every inch of this thing. Like all over the floor. I do not want any squeaking. I will pull the hair out of my head if I hear my van squeaking every single day of my life. Yeah, so my uncle, the architect, the retired architect, helped me with all of that graciously. And he actually didn't even want me to do some parts because he takes a lot of pride in his work. He was actually telling me he built his entire house from scratch, from the ground, and it's literally stunning. And somebody pulled in the driveway while we were working, and they were like, I've always wanted to come, and every day I drive past this house, and I've just been waiting. I told myself the next time I saw someone outside, I would come in and tell them how beautiful the house is. And he's so humble. He's like, oh, thanks. I'm like, he built the whole thing from scratch. He built the entire house himself. He's like, no, somebody helped me with the roof. I'm like, girl, no, it's literally stunning. Like, I can't even. So he's like, if people are gonna know that I helped you with this van, then it's gonna look good. I was like, okay, Clark it. Anywho, obviously the wiring is done, and he built these lovely little wheel well boxes, drilled a little hole for all the wires to come out, put what liquid nails all over that. So we've got a box now. We've got a wooden box instead of a metal one. So that's really exciting. But essentially, all the batteries are gonna go here. I have two 240 amp hour, 240 AH lithium batteries. Boom, boom. 3,000 watt inverter. A 60 amp MPPT solar charger that will connect to the 3 solar panels I have on top, which are 195 watts. Still haven't figured out the exact gauge I need for those, because some people say, oh, 10 is fine. Some people say 8 gauge. Some people say, you need 4. So I need to actually make sure I have the right size wire, because God knows that, or I did not know that wires are so expensive. Nothing in the world could have prepared me for how expensive wires are. Literally nothing. And guess what? We bought 10 gauge wire for the puck lights. 10 gauge, yep. For reference, you literally need like a far smaller, like 16 or 14. And I have such high grade wire for such small electric lights, electrical load from the lights. And let me tell you, the 10 gauge wire is also not cheap. But once we bought it and started cutting it up, and he wasn't paying attention either, I'm pretty much just running out of funding. So I need to keep working a bit and regain some money. Anyway, like, what am I doing? So beautiful 1/4 inch Luan, as my uncle says it's called. It's like 1/4 inch plywood that has a nice finish on one side. He did that we're doing that for the back doors, and then he did that for the sliding door, and it's absolutely beautiful. And that's like the only finished part of the van. But I'm so excited because that's gonna be my picture wall, because I have so much artwork, like even just paper artwork that I always have in my rooms, and I just can't wait to decorate that wall with all my collected art. So exciting. Oh, here come my parents. We're leaving. Anywho, that's it. So next step is just, I need to get all the like fuse boxes and ginormous wires that will connect the batteries, and then we just need to give it its permanent home right here right under my bed. And then we can build everything from there. Once the electrical is done, I'm sitting back and I'm having a nice pina colada. And I'm just gonna play with the lights, play with the fan, and I'm just gonna think to myself, hey, it's all a breeze from here. Even if that's a lie, even if that's a sweet little lie, I have to tell myself because it feels real to me. That's all. So hopefully with the next video, you'll see a completed electrical system. Could be in a month, could be in 6 months. I can't tell you, but you'll hear one day. Okay, I need to go. They're leaving without me. I'm coming!